Good morning, student. This is your lecture number 2 on measurement and instrumentation. So, in the last class, we have discussed about the definition of measurement and the instrument, which I have written here once again. Measurement is the process of comparison between standard and unknown resulting. Actually, what do you mean by measurement? Measurement is the process of comparing between standard and unknown. One standard parameter is there and one unknown parameter is there. You want to measure this unknown in terms of standard is known as measurement with respect to your electronics measurement. So, the device which is particularly used to make this comparison is known as instrument. The device which is used to make this comparison is known as instrument, which we have discussed extensively in the previous class. I have just written it once again. So, now we will see how to choose the instrument so that the error will be minimum and we will get the true value. So, what is the purpose of making measurement? In order to know the unknown quantity. So, you use an instrument to make this measurement. And so, how to choose an instrument so that your error will be minimum, that we will discuss in this lecture. So, first of all, we will see so the instrument is number of cascading devices. So, first is your sensing element. Then you have one transducer, and then you have a signal conditioning or data acquisition. So, what is an instrument? Instrument, in particularly in measure of the majority of the instrument which you are going to use for the purpose of measurement, we will have first one sensing element. Sensing element means it sends the physical parameter. You want to measure. Then this physical parameter got converted into another parameter, and then you have a transducer. Transducer always going to convert that physical parameter, physical quantity into electrical quantity. And then we have signal conditioning, where we can indicate the measurement, or we can record the measurement, or we can show it by a scale. So, for example, you have a thermometer. So, why you are using thermometer? Thermometer is particularly used to measure the temperature. So, first we have a sensing element, that is your sensor, and then it is measured by the thermometer, and then we have an scale. This is your scale where we can indicate our measurement. This is your scale. So, for example, this thermometer is going to measure temperature in between minus 100 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. So, this is your scale where you finally see the output of the temperature which is going to measure by your thermometer. So, for example, the actual temperature is, for example, 104 degree, for example 90 degrees Celsius, but your thermometer indicating 89 degrees Celsius, for example 89 degrees Celsius. That means there is some error. So this error is due to because of this sensing element. This error can arise, or because of your this thermometer having some instrumental error, because of that 1 degree of error is created, or this scale is having some non-linearity, that's why this error is created. So obviously we have to choose our instrument wisely, so that this error is going to minimize and we will have the perfect reading. For example, our actual reading is 90 degrees Celsius, but your thermometer is indicating 89 degrees Celsius. That means there is an error of so error is 90 degree minus 89 degree, so error of 1 degree Celsius. So our target as an engineer, our target is to reduce this error, so that your instrument will indicate the true value, so that the instrument is indicate the true value. So here 90 degrees Celsius is the true value, 89 degrees Celsius is the measured value, and the difference between them is your error. So from this we can now write the definition of error. We can now write the definition of error. So what we have seen? So obviously we are giving some true value, that is your 90 degrees Celsius temperature, but your instrument is indicating 89 degrees Celsius, that is your measured value. And finally the difference between the true value and measured value is known as your error. So error, the definition is the deviation of deviation means difference, measured value from true value. So error is the deviation of measured value from true value. So for example, here the measured value is indicated by AM. AM is known as measured value, that is equal to AS plus or minus delta A, plus or minus delta A. Here this AM is known as measured value, this AS is known as true value, and finally this delta A is known as absolute error. We will see there are various types of error. This is known as absolute error. So this is definition of error. So deviation of measured value from true value is known as error, where AM is the measured value, AS is the true value, and this delta A indicates absolute error. This delta A indicates absolute error. So for example, your 90 degrees Celsius is the actual value, that is your true value or actual value. True value, or is second name for this is actual value, and your instrument, that is your thermometer, indicating the measurement, that is your measured value, and this difference AS minus AM is known as your plus or minus delta A. Delta A is your error, that is absolute error. So how to find this delta A? Delta A is nothing but AM minus AS or AS minus AM. So accordingly your absolute error can be positive or negative. So the next is how to minimize this error. The next is how to minimize this. Our target is how to minimize this error. So there are certain characteristics of an instrument. There are certain that is we classify the characteristics of instrument in two types, in two categories, that is your static characteristics or dynamic characteristics. Static means the characteristics does not vary with time. Dynamic means the characteristics or input signal varies with time. So we will see that So as an engineer, we have to choose our instrument wisely. So we will see the two types of characteristics of an instrument. Having two types of characteristics, that is your static characteristics and dynamic characteristics. Static characteristics means not varying with time, not varying with time. So your instrument is having certain characteristics that doesn't vary with time, that is independent of time. That characteristic is known as static characteristics. So we classified the static characteristics into following category, that is first one is your accuracy, second one is your precision, third one is your sensitivity, and fourth one is your resolution. So there are four types of static characteristics we will study about. This is very important. They are asking repeatedly about this question. What are the write a short notes on static characteristics, or in 2 marks question they will ask you what do you mean by accuracy, what do you mean by precision, sensitivity and resolution. We will see each and everything in this class only. So next, in dynamic characteristics means that vary with time. Dynamic means varying with time, varying with respect to time. So what are the dynamic characteristics of an instrument? That is speed of response, second one is your fidelity, and third one is your lag or delay. Third one is your lag or delay. So these are the 7 characteristics. Now we will discuss each and everything individually. So first we will see the static characteristic, that is doesn't varying with time. Then we will look into that dynamic characteristics of an instrument. So why we will study about these characteristics? Because if you know this specification or these characteristics, then only we will be able to choose a perfect instrument in order to measure one parameter, so that the error will be minimized. So first is accuracy. What do you mean by accuracy? So the name itself signifies accurate or accuracy. So what is the definition of accuracy? The degree of closeness the degree of closeness with which the instrument reading approaches true value. The degree of closeness with which the instrument reading approaches the true value. That means how accurate your instrument is, how closely it will gives the reading of the standard parameter. That is, the error will be minimum. The error will be minimum. Then only we will say that the device is accurate. So how to indicate? Accuracy is specified in an instrument in terms of percentage of error. So accuracy is specified in terms of in an instrument in terms of percentage error. That means in a device, for example, your ammeter is used to measure current. So in an ammeter there is a specification such for example, when you purchase a mobile phone, so there are many specifications we are looking into. So similarly in your laboratory, when you will use a ammeter to measure current, so there are many specifications, in which one is your accuracy, where accuracy is indicated as plus or minus 2%. That plus or minus 2% means, for example, accuracy is indicated as a specification on a instrument as plus or minus 2%. That plus or minus 2% means the final reading, for example, you are measuring plus or minus 2% means that you, for example, you are measuring 100 ampere of current. That 2% means 2% of 100, that means 2, either plus 2 or minus 2. That means whatever reading your instrument is indicating, that is, for example, 100, then the actual value is 98 or 102. So this accuracy is specified in terms of percentage of error. We will study about this in when I will discuss about the error in details, that is what do you mean by percentage of error or relative error. Now we will just see the definition of accuracy, that is the degree of closeness with which the instrument reading approaches true value. The degree of closeness indicated by accuracy. The next is precision. The next is precision. Precision means, you can see here, precision means the ability of the instrument, of the instrument to give the same reading repeatedly. The ability of the instrument to give the same reading repeatedly. What do you mean by same reading? Same reading means, for example, I am considering an ammeter. First I will measure the current through the resistor. That my target is what is the amount of current which is flowing through a resistor. So ammeter is a device to use to measure current. So first it shows 5 ampere of current. In the first measurement your ammeter reading shows 5 ampere of current, but in the second measurement we are passing the same current but it shows 4.5 ampere. In the third measurement again it shows 4.7 ampere. That means your device is not precise. Not precise means again and again your reading is changing. But if the device is able to produce the same reading again and again at the same condition, that is your temperature, about your surrounding, that must be constant, and you are measuring the same quantity and your instrument reading is also the same again and again, then we will say that your device is precise. Your device is precise. So the definition of precision is the ability of the instrument to give the same reading repeatedly. So it indicates a repeatability or reproducibility. It is the measure of, or it is a measure of. Second definition, or we can also write this definition also. It is the measure of repeatability or reproducibility of an instrument. So it is the measure of repeatability or reproducibility of an instrument. So we can write this first definition or we can write this second definition. This is your second definition and this is your first definition. Any definition we can write if at all they ask this question, what do you mean by precision? So I am now going to draw some examples so that we can be clear. So this is your figure 1, figure 2, this is your figure 3. Target, so I have drawn here 3 figure in order to make you understand what do you mean by accuracy or precision. So this is your target. So you are going for a shooting and then this is your target, and we fired some bullet, and for this figure 1 we can see the bullet strike at this point, and this point. So none of the bullet is close to your target, or neither the bullet strike at a particular position. In the first figure, none of the bullet is close to your target. Your target is this is your target, but one of the bullets struck at this point, and struck at this point. So none of the bullet is close to your target, as well as none of the bullet is striking at a particular point. So this particular case is neither accurate nor precise. इसका मतलब क्या है कि कोई भी बुलेट जो है वो आपका क्लोजली हिट नहीं कर रहा है टारगेट को, एंड कोई भी बुलेट जो है वो पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन में स्ट्राइक नहीं कर रहा है. ठीक है, तो ये रिपीटेबिलिटी और क्लोजनेस दोनों को सेटिस्फाई नहीं कर रहा है. हेंस दिस इज द केस फॉर योर neither accurate nor precise. This is the case for your neither accurate nor precise. See here in the second figure, here none of the bullet is close to your target, none of the bullet struck close to your target, but this bullet is striking at a particular point, all the 3 bullets struck at a particular point. So this figure we can now obviously we can imagine this figure is not accurate, this particular case is not accurate, but this is precise. So precision doesn't guarantee accuracy. So precision of an instrument doesn't guarantee accuracy, but the reverse is true, accuracy indicates precise. So this is the case where this is precise but not accurate. So this is the case where your device is precise but not accurate. And in the third case, where you can see all the bullets struck very close to your target, as well as at a particular point repeatedly, Hence this third case is indicating highly accurate and highly precise, high accuracy as well as high precise. So this is the case of high accuracy and high precision. So now I think all of you able to understand this, what do you mean by accuracy or what do you mean by precision. Through this example also you can imagine what do you mean by accuracy or what is the meaning of precision. This is the case of very low accuracy and low precision. This is the case of highly precise but not accurate, and the third case is highly accurate as well as highly precise. So accuracy meaning the degree with which the instrument reading approaches the true value. That means very close to your true value. The error, the minimum is the error, high is the accuracy. Obviously the opposite, the antonym for error is accurate, and from there also we can guess what do you mean by accuracy. And the precision is the ability of the instrument to give the same reading repeatedly, That means if I measure 5 times, particularly if I want to measure a current through the resistor 5 times, in the each and every time your instrument able to reproduce the same result, then only we can say that your instrument is more precise. So next static characteristics is Your third static characteristic is your sensitivity. So name itself signify sensitivity, the how sensitive your instrument is. So suppose you are giving one input and that input is changed very smallly and output is changing very largely, then you will say your sensitivity of the instrument is very high. So what this sensitivity indicates? It indicates the ratio of change in output to change in input. So suppose you are applying, suppose this is your instrument and you are applying some change in input, that is del Vi, and you are getting some change in output, that is the small change is indicated by this operator del. The triangle here indicates the small change, very small change, that is indicated by del. So your sensitivity, I am indicating mathematically, the sensitivity is denoted as S. So S is equal to change in ratio of change in output by change in input. So that means if the input is changing very smallly and output is changes very largely, then your sensitivity is very high. Your sensitivity is very high. So this is another characteristic, static characteristic of your instrument. Then the last one is your resolution. So last one is the fourth static characteristic is fourth one is very important, that is your resolution. So resolution means the smallest change in measured variable to which an instrument is respond. What do you mean by smallest change? That means very small change if your instrument is able to detect, then that device is known as having high resolution. So resolution indicates the smallest change that is detectable by your instrument, that is known as resolution. So these are the following static characteristics which we have to see before you purchase one instrument in order to perform some experiment. So these are all static characteristics. The first one is your accuracy, the second characteristic is your precision, the third one is your sensitivity, and the final one is your resolution. In the next and upcoming class we will discuss more about this instrument characteristics, that is your dynamic characteristics, that is when I am applying some time varying signal or in a time varying condition, how your instrument going to respond, that is your speed of response, your fidelity and lag, we will discuss in the next class. So thank you.